Surya or Aditya for me is not merely a gaseous ball that emits light, or he's just not confined to the idea of being a devta. Surya for me is a mindset, and nobody understands him better than the way Agastya does. Agastya is one of the few people who received direct initiation of the Lalita Sahasranamam from Hayagriva Swami. And Vishnadi Vag Devtas in the Sahasranamam, they have mentioned very evidently that she is Udyat Bhanu Sahasrava Chaturbahu Samanvitaha. She glows like 1,000 suns. And if Agastya understands that this goddess glows like 1,000 suns, he very evidently understands the tatvam and the concept behind the idea of Aditya. And therefore, he just keeps out the heart of Aditya in front of one Suryavamshi. This Suryavamshi has lost his power, and he has lost his motivation to fight anymore. He is in a battlefield, but what is happening inside is very different. Outside there is a yudh that's going on, and inside he is in a sthiti of chinta. Tato yuddha parishrantam samare chintayat is what essentially Valmiki writes. And Agastya sees the Suryavamshi from a distance, and Agastya cannot resist himself to go and talk to him. And very beautifully, Valmiki in his Adi Kavyam mentions that Agastya goes and talks to him. But when he mentions that, he does not mention Agastya as a rishi. He mentions Agastyo Bhagavan Rishihi. When somebody is in a state of distress and they receive the right amount of help on the right time, it just feels like the divine themselves, they came and they helped us. That is the idea what Valmiki tries to present when he calls Agastya as Agastyo Bhagavan Rishihi, because he came as a messenger of God, of Aditya to be precise, for this Suryavamshi. And the first statement and the first verse that Agastya makes is very beautiful. He says, Ram Ram Mahabahu Shunaguyam Sanatanam. Let's just break this down. It's a very short statement, but it has a lot of essence attached to it. Rama Rama Mahabahu. Rama comes twice here. The first Rama comes when Agastya sees Rama and he calls out to him as Rama. But second Rama comes when he sees Rama in despair, in distress. And this entire scene, this entire narration of Aditya Hridayam essentially happens in the Yudhakandam, where there is a war that's going outside and Rama is without weapons, his hand lie on the ground with despair. And it is a very distressing image for Agastya to look at. Therefore, the first namam after seeing Rama like that he utters is Rama itself. Generally what happens is whatever namam rests on our tongue, we tend to utter it whenever we see a distressing image or encounter something that is not pleasing. And that's what happened to Agastya as well. Rama as a name eternally exists. Namam exists eternally, Rupam comes later. Before Vrishbhanu named his daughter Radha, Radha was a name that eternally existed. Before Janaka named his daughter Sita, Sita was a name that eternally existed. And before Dashrata named him Ramachandra, Rama was a name that eternally existed. And this is a namam that rests on Agastya's tongue, and it has always been resting. Therefore, he says Rama Rama. Let's just go to the other word, Mahabahu. Essentially, it can be translated as great hands. But what Agastya is trying to tell is something very different. He tells Rama that Rama, these are the hands that played with Kausalya's necklace. These are the hands who took blessings from Dashrata and Kausalya and essentially his entire world. These are the hands, Rama, that protected Yagnyas. These are the hands, Rama, that broke the Shiva Dhanusham. These are the hands, Rama, that held Sita. And these are the hands, Rama, that had put Mangalyam onto Sita's neck, essentially. These are the hands, Rama, that made cottages when you were in exile. These are the hands, Rama, that protect me. Swami, why are these hands on the ground in despair? That is an idea what he is trying to convey when he says Mahabahu. We can very quickly read the translations and say, okay, he's talking about his great hands. But what he essentially means is these are the hands sustaining the entire world, these are the hands protecting the entire world, and these are the hands that are protecting me. Why do I see them in despair? But Agastya says that's totally alright. It's a very natural thing to happen. I will tell you a secret now. This secret is eternal. Secret in Sanskritam is Guhyam, and eternal in Sanskritam is Sanatanam. Therefore, Agastya says Ram Ram Mahabahu Shunaguhyam Sanatanam. And then he narrates the entire idea of what Aditya is, and that Rama should worship Aditya in order to be victorious. And then there is one more verse. After that comes the title song, Adityam Hridayam Punyam Sarvashatru Vinashanam Jayavaham Jape Nityam Akshayam Paramam Shivam. What it essentially means, we love this, no? This is a part of Falashruti and we love this, that Adityam Hridayam Punyam Sarvashatru Vinashanam. All the Shatrus we have will be destroyed. But we don't tend to understand the fact that most of the Shatrus we have are here. And Devi Mahatmyam explains this idea very beautifully. Markandeya writes, a host of Shatrus we have. Shatrus of low self-confidence, low self-esteem, pride, arrogance, anger. All of these are the Shatrus we have. And Aditya makes us overcome that. Therefore, Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarva Shatru Vinash. He destroys all of that. And the next line says, Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarva Shatru Vinashanam Jayavaham Jape Nityam Akshayam Paramam Shivam. We'll be ever victorious. Does that mean whoever reads Aditya Hridayam daily will never fail in life or will never face a failure? That's not what Aditya's mindset and Aditya's theory actually talks about. People will face failure. Essentially failure, what we prima facie would call a failure. But if a person with high self-esteem, high self-concept will not look it as a failure, will look it as a learning. Aditya is a Guru Swarupa. He was a guru to Hanuman. Hanuman is known to bestow three predominant things out of him being Ashtasiddhi Navanidhi Data. He has three predominant aspects to him. Bala, Buddhi and Vidya. All of these three are linked to Aditya because Aditya is a source of that. And Aditya is a Guru Murti. And when we say that people with high self-esteem, high self-concept will never look anything and any experience as a failure and will turn that into learning, that is what Aditya's philosophy talks about. Reading Aditya Hridayam daily or just thinking about Aditya, praying to him, he will bestow us with that ability to not look anything as a failure. Therefore, we will be ever victorious. That is what Aditya grants. And when we go through the entire stotram, which has host of Aditya Namas and host of his tattvas, we tend to realize the fact that that idea of him being the cause of the rain, him evaporating, all of that is mentioned, all of these are external activities that he does. But all of that happens inside us. Our mind is our Shatru. Essentially, because pride, arrogance, low self-esteem, self-doubt, all of these are Shatrus. And these Shatrus hover us in moments it shouldn't. That happened to Rama as well. But this Shatru can be turned as our Mitra. Therefore, out of the 127 names mentioned in Aditya Hridayam of Aditya, Mitra is a name that I find very beautiful. Because that is what Aditya actually gives. One of the names, if we further read the stotra, calls him Ritukarta Prabhakaraha. Ritukarta essentially means the one who is responsible for seasonal changes. The summer, the winter, the spring, the monsoon, all of these changes, he is the responsible for. Externally, yes, he is. So he is eternally. We face season of summer, when we go and hassle. We face season of spring when karma takes over us, and we face seasons of winter when we are indifferent, when we have coldness, and when we are just not in the right state. We face seasons of monsoon as well. Aditya will not take us out of winter or monsoon and put us into spring. Aditya will let that process happen because that process is essential and is necessary for the Atman to grow. And Aditya knows that, and only a guru knows how to teach you that. Therefore, he is Ritukarta Prabhakaraha. But he also bestows you with the ability and with that idea of how to tackle that entire process and how to be ever victorious, because he is the one influencing our manasa, vacha, karmana, because he's the source of it all. And that is like literally a scratch on what Aditya Tattvam actually means.